Okay, so we've got General Fei versus General Granger, but I can't build any units. That means we're not building anything from the Command Center, Supply Center, Barracks, War Factory, or Airfield. Supply trucks that spawn from supply centers are allowed, as well as the minigunner drops, because we're not actually building those. Now, the dozer that's building the power plant as we speak, that is the one and only dozer that we'll be using here today, so if we lose that, we pretty much lose the game. Anyways, on with the battle. So we got the power plant going for supply center next. We want to be able to get the resources, of course. So for General Granger, he normally starts his first attack around 4.5 minutes into the battle. You'll be able to tell when he says, ready or not, here I come. So when that happens, we got to be as defended as possible. And since we're only using the one dozer, it does make it a little bit harder compared to playing normally. If you're playing normally, you could bust out a dozen or so Gatling cannons, or if you're going to use tanks, you could do Gatling tanks as well. If you're playing as the other Chinese generals. In the case of Fei, you'd be using assault troop crawlers, or the listening outposts if you want to rely on the tank hunters too. Now, right now with our dozer, we're building our first Gatling cannon. So for my plan, I don't want to just build Gatling cannons for the whole 4.5 minutes here. I want to be able to have a good balance of defense and bait. Because the thing with Granger is he sends out a lot of planes after your base defenses and production buildings primarily. So for example, my command center and my barracks, they're going to be prime targets for his planes. Now, I'm building a fortified bunker, so that is going to be part of the bait. Now, I could have used an extra barracks to be the bait instead, which would have been $200 cheaper, but I thought to myself, well, the fortified bunker does have the mines, so that would be able to help deal with the Rangers that come in from his paradrop. Not only that, the fortified bunker could take a bit more of a beating compared to a barracks up against Granger's planes, so that's why I shelled out the extra $200. And also, last reason, it's smaller, and since it's smaller, it does mean my Gatling cannons can freely pick off those Rangers when he does do the paradrop. Yep, so here comes the attack. So yeah, he always starts off with the Ranger drop, and then he'll start with Comanches as well, and then a little bit after that he'll start to bring in the King Raptors and other planes too. So right now this battle is all about just holding on for about 5 minutes. If we can endure 5 minutes of his attacks, then we pretty much got him. Because once he finishes up the 5 minutes of attacking, he kind of scales back the future attacks afterwards. So it does mean you have plenty of time to rebuild whatever gets destroyed, or in my case, I'm going to be doing minigunner drops. So if I want to do more minigunner drops or allocate the minigunners to different parts of my base, I can do that without too much to worry about. Now, with my dozer, I've gone with a couple of bunker scaffolds. Again, this is all just me trying to bait out some of those attacks. We don't want his planes attacking my Gatling cannons. Otherwise, I'm not going to have enough Gatling cannons for the following attacks, in the 7 or the 8 minute mark. Now, we've also got another barracks that's being built in the bottom left corner. Now, I have a very specific reason for that. So my reason for that is because he likes to go after production buildings, and since he likes to go after production buildings, it does mean that his planes are going to take more time to go into the back of my base to pick off that barracks. And since it's going to take more time, it's going to give my Gatling cannons or minigunners more time to shoot them down before they hit their mark. So that's why we're doing that. You can do that as a GLA or USA as well, because the barracks isn't that big a building, so very easy to pull that off. Now, with our dozer, again, another 3 bunker scaffolds. We don't have to build them up. As long as they take 1 hit, the the Gatling cannons can just pick off the King Raptors afterwards. So now that we hit that rank 3, this is the best moment of the battle for me. We get the minigunners. And going for level 3 minigunner drop, which means we're going to get like 15 of these guys. And yeah, minigunners versus Granger's planes is a very bad matchup for Granger. So what we can do is we can get our minigunners to garrison those buildings, and we can get a few to capture the oil derricks nearby. So it's you know, it's kind of a 2 birds 1 stone. We're going to get a lot of defense, plus we're going to get 2 oil derricks, which is going to help us financially too, because we are going to want to get some nuclear missiles in the game. I'm pretty sure we could beat him if we were to rely solely on minigunners. It would just be a very long battle if we did that, because it's going to happen every 4 minutes when we get that minigunner drop. So I'd have to do like a boatload of drops to get enough minigunners, and then I could invade his base if we were doing this without super weapons. But we're going to do this one with the super weapons, because it is a little bit faster doing it that way.
China has been generous.
Our miniguns will destroy the enemy.
Upgrade complete.
Yep, so with our Carper Bomb, I didn't need to use it defensively or anything like that. I was just trying to pick a target. I thought I'll go for the power plants. That's kind of a safe answer. I know that the Carper Bomb will go from A to B if I do that. Supply center, it wouldn't destroy a supply center. At least it's not likely to. So we are going to shut down the power. No real need to invade his base with that. I just want to get the EXP so then we can rank up again and get the other general powers.
We have captured the building, sir.
Unit lost.
The People's Army.
Building is complete.
Defenders of peace. Standing attention. Yes, sir. Ready for orders. Immediately. Standing attention. That building looks safe.
China has been generous. We have big plans. Ah, yes.
Unit lost.
The building is ours.
There's not enough build space. China will grow larger.
So his attacks are pretty much winding down now. So we survived with 3 Gatling cannons, and we've still got plenty of minigunners to go around. And we've also got another minigunner drop that's like less than a minute away. So we're getting the propaganda center up first. Now, I was tempted to get the chain gun upgrade from the war factory. I thought that would be helpful with my Gatling cannons, but since we got the minigunners anyway, I thought I'd hold off on spending that extra $1,500 and focus my money on getting that prop center and then allocating the rest of the cash towards power plants and nuclear missiles. I thought that was probably going to be a better move, since Granger's attacks from here on out are going to be very small compared to what it was before.
They're attacking our base.
Huh? Where are you gonna train your troops now?
Prosperity. I am unable to build there. It will look real nice when it's done.
Yep, minigunner time, so that's an extra 15 minigunners for us. We can allocate them wherever we want. And in this case, I want to try and expand a little bit with the minigunners so they can act as my defense, and then I can get my dozer to move out towards the other resource pilers, and then I can get a supply center and increase the amount of cash we get from that, and then we'll be in good standing to just keep consistently busting out reactors and nuclear missiles. That way we can just bombard General Granger's base and wipe him off the map.
We have big plans. Construction will signal. That's a good choice.
Upgrade complete.
Yep, so we're pretty much playing the waiting game, just waiting on those nuclear missiles to be ready. I chose to use a carpet bomb in the village because I know that Granger's got a lot of infantry over there, so I thought maybe that could generate more EXP for me to get me that rank 5. Now, another reason why we're going there as well is because when you do attack that spot, it does trigger Granger into attacking with his remaining infantry. So we're going to get our minigunners to move into that building there, and then we're going to pick off the rest of the infantry one by one and generate just that little bit more EXP to get to that rank 5. Now, while we were waiting, I did get the chain gun upgrade, and I was very tempted into getting the upgrades from the propaganda center, but I thought to myself, we probably don't need the horde bonus just because the minigunners are doing pretty solid damage as they are right now, and I think we can just allocate the rest of the cash towards building more nukes and reactors. I thought that was going to be a better play in the long run. So now that we've taken out those rocket troops and rangers, we can focus on getting the remaining nukes up. We do have another minigunner drop that's almost ready to go. I was very tempted in putting the minigunner drop inside the village, and then that way I could expand a little bit more, maybe capture a couple more oil derricks and pick off any Comanches, because he does have like 3 Comanches in the middle of the village, like just guarding the area. So I did think about it, but in the end, I decided not to. I thought it would be better to just keep upping my defense. It's not like I really need to expand, because I'm going to be decked out on nuclear missiles anyway, and I don't really feel like I'm going to be invading his base with minigunners until like right at the very end.
Congratulations, General.
Beautiful. So now we got rank 5. So I got 3 points. So I chose to do a level 2 artillery drop, artillery strike, and the EMP.
Yes, sir. Ready for
Now
orders.
I could have gone level 3 artillery, which would have just done more damage, but the EMP is very, very helpful on this map because there's just one spot in particular where it's very ideal to use the EMP, and that's like in between the command center and the supply center roughly. So I did the artillery on his barracks, and you're probably wondering, okay, why have you aimed it at the barracks? So 1, I wanted to reveal part of the map. 2, it's going to trigger aircraft carrier Olympia as well, which calls in for reinforcements, and I was thinking maybe the reinforcements will patrol the area like those King Raptors and Comanches are. That's why I did that. And the combo with the carpet bomb also helps. So yeah, we just took out a lot of stuff there. A lot of power plants, a dozer, Strat Center. And with Strat Center, you need that to build up your Aurora bombers too. So that's really going to come in handy later on, because we don't want those to go in for the attack when we destroy his command center later. Now, with this challenge, I've done this challenge so far as, well, pretty much everyone almost. I've done it as all the Chinese generals. I'll give you that much. And as the Chinese generals, if I had to rank them, like, this is definitely the easiest matchup because of the minigunners. Ling would be the next easiest because we got access to tunnel networks and plus all 3 super weapons, so we could just do particle cannons and scud storms. And then as for the other 2, well, tank general and nuke general, very, very hard dealing with Granger in a can't build any units challenge. See, both of those generals have only got the Gatling cannons to counteract the planes.
Building is complete.
The cool thing about Nuke General is the reactors are going to give you more, but there's no infantry or tank drop or whatever for Nuke General. Whatever units you can make, so the one dozer and the supply trucks, those are the only units you're going to have to work with.
Construction built to spec.
And yeah, Tank General, the tanks, they're only a good, they're a good distraction play, but other than that, it's still very tricky to pull it off as Tank General too. So both of those challenges are going to be in my very hard category for later on. But yeah, I figured I'll let you know how things are going in terms of the Granger battles.
We have big plans.
Yep, so just sold off that supply center because we collected all supplies, don't need it anymore. Now, I could have expanded to the resource pile in the bottom right corner, but I was pretty happy with the amount of cash that we were getting from the oil derricks anyway, and we already have 4 nukes with a 5th one on the way. It's not like we need to keep consistently generating the cash, so then we could have 20 nukes. The 5 that we got, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so nuke time. So I think you all know where I want to do this. I want to aim at the command center and try and take that out, as well as the dozers too. Now, I think my mistake in doing this would be not, finding out if there was any more dozers on the map. Fortunately for me, there wasn't any other dozers in play. It was just the one, because I did destroy the other dozer from the earlier attack with that carpet bomb, but I would have expected him to build another dozer, but he didn't. So yeah, very lucky on my part. So yeah, now that we killed off the command center, Granger's gone pretty much all in and attacked me with everything he's got. And hasn't worked out well for him. My minigunners have done their job, picked off every plane. I did lose a Gatling cannon, but I mean, I was expecting to lose something out of that exchange. And I went for the carpet bomb on the airfields. Didn't quite aim it right. I should have, pulled it back a little bit to the left to see if I could destroy those airfields, but no matter.
No problem. We have big plans. There are no supplies here.
Yep, so I'm going in for my next big move, aiming a nuke at another one of his airfields. I did a silly move. I shouldn't have aimed my carpet bomb at the supply center. It's I know that it's not going to work, so I would have been better off using the carpet bomb on the power plants instead, but in any case, the carpet bomb came, and it was getting a little bit close to the minigunners, but we're able to get them in safely, and then we can use those to pretty much finish the battle. So we're going to use them to start capturing stuff, as well as defend against any of the Comanches that come into play with the airfields.
Unit lost.
Ready for orders. The People's Army. We are the Red Guard. Nothing will stop our bullets.
Now, when it comes to airfields, by the way, if we capture one and there's planes already inside the airfield, that doesn't count as me breaking the rules as well. So if there was a King Raptor there, I could use it because I never built it myself. But don't need to worry about that because he doesn't have any planes there anywhere. Anyway, I just figured I'd tell you in case any of you have seen my other can't build any units challenges.
The building is ours. have captured the building, sir. We have captured the building, sir. Yes. We have captured
Beautiful.
the
So
building,
that's
sir.
pretty much all the buildings except for the supply center. So I was going to use the minigunners to capture the last 3 buildings and then finish him off that way. But I did also notice my artillery barrage being ready, so I used that instead on the supply center. And that is how I beat General Granger with General Fei without building any units. Now, if you enjoyed this one, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I do have a playlist if you want to check out any of my other Command & Conquer challenges that are much harder than this one. I have done things like General Alexander or General Ling if you want to check those out. I'm Crackler. I'll see you next time.
We
Bye.
are victorious. Our nuclear missile is ready, General.
I guess it's time for me to go find a good airline job.